So this move by Coors is such a good reminder of what it actually means to be experiment-led. So little backstory, during a Mets game, Shohei Ohtani, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name, he cracked a Coors Light billboard with a foul ball. And it smashed one of the panels, and there was like a blackout or something right above the logo, right? And then what the team did was really epic. They ran this real-time experiment. Right? Within 48 hours, they had that mistake, where other brands might just like complain. They actually turned it into a limited edition product. They launched a lights out campaign. They created a viral moment, with no media spend. There was no committee to decide if it was, good or bad. There was no waiting. There was no overthinking. They just made fast, creative, data-driven actions, And I know like a lot of purists who work in experimentation would say, that's not a real experiment. There's no statistical significance. There's no control group. There's no formal testing design. And I'm just like, so what? It doesn't matter. That was absolutely an experiment because it meets the criteria that actually matters. It's a real world event that sparked an idea. There was some insight there, right? There was a clear hypothesis. For example, this blackout moment will resonate culturally and drive engagement. There were metrics that could be tracked in real time, and they were able to analyze what worked and what didn't and use that actually to shape their next move. So that actually really represents what it means to have an experiment-led mindset and method. But more importantly, it represents what it means to have an experiment-led culture, right? And what it means is it's a culture that gives teams and people permission to move, to test, to ship something fast and imperfect, right? If the moment calls for it, right? Without that, they would have missed this opportunity. Imagine if they just sat back and said, well, we got to analyze the situation and let's see if this is a good idea and weigh the pros and cons. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. What I'm saying is like sometimes you need to jump on opportunities, and being experiment-led, as much as it means being data-driven and using evidence and doing research and leveraging actual analytics and data to guide you through your process, it also means to trust your gut and be able to act quickly while making sure that every single one of your acts is built around the system where you can actually learn and you can actually adapt and you can iterate and do that faster than anybody else. And that's the power of being experiment-led. So if that resonates, that's what this channel is all about. It's about the mindset, the method, and the movement of being experiment-led and how that can transform your life, because breakthrough growth is just an experiment away.